gets me almost every time. In the midst of summer, watching it in full bloom always makes me wonder when we were just kids, bare feet on warm asphalt. We held our dreams within our hands. It happens every time, I wonder how. But I can see my life so clearly now.
So we are moving Vinny to a new little location today, somewhere new to try out, if he starts.
Forgotten how to drive, a stick shift as they say in America.
Of course he's gonna bloody start. Hopefully he's gonna make it up the little hill. And we'll take him, we're actually gonna take him closer to the building. Let's see how it works out.
Oh shit, levelers, I can't reverse, can I?
Oh, spiders! Bound to be spiders in there. A dead one.
Big one.
Oh my god, there's a massive one in there. Oh my god. Oh, I'm not moving, I'm not moving. You bloody flick it.
I'm here, just flick the back. Just grab it from the back and just flick it. He's at the front.
Bloody hell, darling. Why'd you try and make me do things when you know I hate it? Welly, welly, welly! Yeah, you gotta go quick! Oh, it's like a blinking dust storm. Oh, I can taste it. Gosh. Much better on the kind of gravel road. Here he comes. Little old Vinster smoking away.
This is new spot?
Not bad actually, a couple of levelers which you are going to go and get, and he wouldn't be, I don't think he'd be that bad.
Ourselves away from home, further out each passing day. Gravel road towards the sea. I blink and I remember you and me. Every time I wonder how. But I can see my life so clearly now. I only miss you when I close my eyes. Yeah, I can see my life so clearly now.
Good morning everyone and welcome back to the channel, and we're back on the land. So much has happened since we left you guys last week. I think Nick needs to come and help me so I can think about what's happened, because it's just been a crazy few days.
Yeah, so first off, we just want to mention Charlie. He's doing a lot better. He's currently snoozing in the front of the van.
Yeah.
His favourite little spot. We have been to the vets on the way back. He's got another one for an ultrasound
Today,
this afternoon.
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll update you on everything health-wise to do with Charlie as the day goes on in the vlog. Arriving back here, yeah, it was actually better than we expected.
Sarah's worried, very worried that all this whole veggie garden she spent so much time on is just going to be shriveled and dried up.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
We set up the irrigation system and left it for 6 days for the very first time. So we just didn't know what to expect. The water pressure could have gone, the water could have run out. All these things go through my mind. Is it going to work? Is everything going to be dead? And yeah, it wasn't. It was good. So we've basically already harvested quite a few tomatoes. And now what we're doing to try and get them to come on quickly or ripen quicker is we've just cut all of the leaves off basically and just left the top. Those ones there I haven't done, so you can see the difference. I mean, there's so many cherries this side. They haven't been cut down as much. And yeah, and then I've tried something different with the courgettes as it's getting towards the end of their lifetime. So this was an absolute jungle before. Like, you couldn't see the ground, couldn't see how many plants there was, but we've had enough to eat, and there is some in the freezer, so it's perfectly fine. And you can see there is still some on the plants.
Yeah, and Dizzy can run about.
And Dizzy can run, exactly. Dizzy can really enjoy himself now rather than just getting tangled up in loads of leaves. So the biggest thing that went absolutely nuts when we were away was cucumbers. There's still some on here. Look at the size of these. There was 12 like this size hanging from these 4 plants that we've already harvested, and I think we've eaten most of them. Charlie's eaten them, Dizzy's eaten them, we're all eating cucumbers.
I never knew how much I like cucumbers, and I don't think I've ever just peeled it and just eaten a whole cucumber like a fruit. It's actually quite nice. It tastes a lot better than the supermarket ones.
Now, we threw some potatoes in the ground months ago and we haven't done anything with them. They haven't even been watered. I think it was January or something like that. So we're going to actually see if there's any potatoes. And Nick's very kindly offered to get in there for me. Might have helped if I'd watered them and stuff. You might have to use the other digging thing. Well, is that a potato? No, it's a rock. So we just basically pull these up.
Pull these up and then we'll just find them.
You can dig there.
Potato! No, it's a rock.
It's a rock. A potato!
Can you call that a potato? Potato! Oh shit.
Oh, something's got that one.
What's that there?
That looks like a mouldy potato. I think we've left them in the ground too long.
Oh, darling.
What? Is it a big one?
Look at the size of that one.
Oh, it's gone off though, isn't it? Or is that the original one?
That's not bad, is it? Like a nice potato salad, that. Have a look at the crop. I'm not sure whether you can call those potatoes.
Do you reckon if we plant these ones, they'll turn into bigger potatoes?
So yeah, we're quite happy after being away for 6 days how the water irrigation system worked. There wasn't loads of water left in the tank, was there?
No, it had gone right down. I think we had like maybe less than a quarter left in there. So we decided, as it was quite empty, we'd empty it and clean it out. And we also had a replacement tap, but we had to empty it to put the replacement tap on because the other tap was dripping. So we cleaned it all out and Nick got in there and we got all the orange crap out. And then we decided to refill it and hope that the water came out clear. And guess what? It did come out clear. So we were really happy. We got it right to the brim and it looked amazing.
So even though it is a water storage tank and it's not a swimming pool, even though it's got a little bit of blue paint on it, we decided to get in for a dip. It looks so inviting.
Yeah, as we've mentioned, we've already tested our borehole water and it's good. I mean, it says that it's good to drink. We're not drinking it, but we are using it for like showers and obviously dipping in like we did yesterday. So all good. And then this happened. Oh no, it's so frustrating. And yeah, you know, obviously the water storage tank is not fixed as we thought it was. I mean, this thing has had water in it for how many weeks? Weeks. And we haven't had any issues at all. And now, after refilling it up again, we've got water leaking all along here. You can kind of see the crack. Yep, it's also this side as well. It's kind of along the crack which was already there. Obviously the blue paint that we're hoping would seal it has not sealed it, or it sealed it for a while, and then obviously the water tank was emptied, we cleaned it all out, and then we've refilled it, and then we've noticed this, and we're like, oh no!
So we're currently emptying it. I think there's going to be about 4,000 litres. Yeah. Meters, I was going to say. I've been doing measurements, trying to work out where these are going to go. Yeah, 4,000 litres in here. We've got 2 1,000 litre water storage containers, and then we're just going to give the rest of the garden a good soak. And
yeah, the well pump is now in here, pumping the water into the water storage tank. We've got this one, and we've left the other water storage tank up by Lily's corner. What we're going to do is we're going to try something which is probably a bit silly. We're going to empty it all out today, then we're going to let it dry, which won't take long, and then we're going to repaint it with blue pool paint on the bottom section where it's leaking for a very temporary fix. The reason why is we're supposed to be leaving and going to Andalusia for a week. We've got the MOT on the van. This was all getting everything set up, ready to go in a few days' time. And we need this to keep the garden alive, basically, the irrigation system. So we're going to just try and reseal it again with blue pool paint. It's lasted over a month doing that anyways. If we do it again, maybe we'll get another couple of weeks out of it.
I know what you're thinking, first sign of madness, doing the same thing over and over again, but it's just a cheap temporary fix, and you never know, we might get a bit longer. There's different variations of the pool paint. I think this is one of the cheaper, thinner ones, so there may be a different option like rubber paint.
If anyone's got any suggestions what we could do, I know we've asked this question before, but you know, if anyone's got any suggestions, I mean, it's just a shame because it's worked for a month, it's worked perfectly for a month. We've kind of been checking on it like on the daily as well. Oh no, there's no leaks, there's no cracks, there's no water getting out, brilliant, you know, and then now it's just like completely leaking, not even just a tiny bit.
There's a bloody wasp's nest there, isn't there? Hopefully I don't get a reaction, because yeah, I can get a nasty reaction. I can see him there. I just went to move to open the tap, and he just flew out and stung me, and he's flown back underneath to his nest, probably just protecting his young or eggs or whatever they are.
So these new second-hand water tanks, they were €90 each, which is pretty good because I think these are several hundred new, but you know, it's fine. Come with wasps' nests attached. So the wasps have pitched a ride from the builders merchants.
They're going to regret it.
And they've moved onto our land. And we don't have any wasps here. We don't like wasps. And now we have some.
So yes, a bit gutted about the water storage tank. It was working so well for like the last 6 weeks or something.
So frustrating, yeah. But you know, we'll get it sorted. One way or another, we'll get it sorted. So it's completely emptied now and drying out basically. And hopefully we can find some sort of product.
Rubber paint or something.
Or something when we go into the city later on today, this afternoon, yeah.
Anyway, we just come back to the van to check on Charlie and show you something amazing. This is a book, but it's not just a book, it's
the book of all books. This is the ultimate guide to rebuilding a civilization.
Over 400 pages, 180 topics and 23 different chapters following the history of mankind, or humankind should I say, the greatest inventions and discoveries throughout history. I mean, this book has got everything you need to start a new civilization. You got electricity, how you make batteries, how you make glass, you know, traps, gunpowder, military, like literally anything you can think of. The cover is amazing and the illustrations are incredible. This would make the perfect gift for young or old.
For anyone, I think. Literally think this covers every topic you can actually think of.
It's been created by a group of artists, illustrators, architects, scientists.
It's like a work of art. That's what it is. And not only that, you know, if the world does go to crap, like it's looking like it's going that way, isn't this like the perfect thing to keep like like to have on the land. It seems to cover everything, all your health topics, like how to do a blood transfusion. Like seriously, it covers everything. Medicine, crops.
When the internet goes down and you have no knowledge because you can't access Google, this has everything you need.
Like we said, it is the book of all books. So folks, if you want to get your hands on this amazing book brought to us by Hungry Minds, then you can scan the QR code on screen. You can also click the link in our description, and they are giving you guys, our viewers, 10% off.
Right, is there anything in there about fixing water storage tanks?
There has to be. Of course there has to be.
I did notice a little section on rubber actually.
Here we go. Water supply and sewerage. It's got to be in this section somewhere, darling. Will that be okay? So you may be able to hear in the background that there's someone strimming, and it's one of our neighbours. We've given him a little wave. We don't see many people around here, so we're just like, hello, we're here. Yeah, so he's strimming in the field next door. Right, so why did we go to IKEA, Nicholas?
Wasn't for the meatballs, wasn't for the little hot dog.
We have a sofa bed, and this is for Dizzy, because Dizzy doesn't really like laying on the floor, and he's a bit of a lord, as you can see. So yeah, main reason is Dizzy. We've basically put these blankets on it to protect it, so it's all dog friendly, but this is what it looks like. And we've gone for a dark colour because also dark colours are best, and then you can dress it. And we've got loads of blankets and covers. So this is like the colour of it underneath, and we've actually got one of these. We've got the bigger version of this in the house in Andalusia.
And we've had it for years. Really good sofa beds, really well made, and the mattress is really comfortable. The one we've got back in Andalusia, you sort of lie across widthways and then you open out, so it opens out differently, but that's like 2 meters wide, so basically it's far too big to have in here.
Yeah, we're kind of very limited on the space that we've got for a sofa or a sofa bed. It's only a small room, isn't it? And so after researching quite a lot of places, Nick found this one in IKEA, and we said, well, we know it's good quality and stuff, and it lasts. So yeah, that's one of that's the main reason we ended up in IKEA.
And then you've got a really comfortable 1.40 m by 188 bed.
And obviously we are a mess in here at the moment. You know, we're not going to have these big storage boxes here. You know, it's going to be a lot neater. The floor's going to be tiled. Obviously the ceiling's going to be different. That big bundle of mess won't be there. So you've got to kind of picture it how it will be. It's going to be a comfortable small space with a comfortable sofa bed if we do choose to sleep in here, if it's like a really hot night and stuff, because obviously we've got the AC in here, and a place that we can just chill out in the afternoons, which we have actually been doing the last couple of days. It's so much better to have a comfortable sofa to come and sit on after you've been out there in the heat. You come in here, the AC is on, we can sit down on the sofa, you know, go on our laptops, chill for a bit. Yeah, it's game changer. And like I said, Dizzy is absolutely loving it. And Charlie. So that's the main thing.
Come on, Diz.
Right, excuse the mess out here, folks. We are in between jobs. Nick set up a bit of a workstation to carry on this job. This was never part of the plan, but we're actually making a window for this hole.
We're keeping the original shutters. We're not going to completely change the window. We like the rustic.
Yeah, and we're not putting glass in or anything, but we came up with this idea. So basically, when we're in the barn, the room, with the aircon on, you have to close all the doors and windows, otherwise obviously the hot air comes in or the cool air escapes, and it's like a little cave. Like, it's not very nice to spend time in there at all. So there's no other windows in there, there's just a vent in the corner. So we've decided to make a window so we can let lots of lovely natural light in.
So this is polycarbonate plastic with little sort of air gaps in between.
Yeah, and we actually really quite like the kind of effect when you look out. It's like a, what do they call it?
Shimmery.
Shimmery, no, there's a name, isn't it? Frosted. Frosted, like
kinda,
frosted
yeah.
glass. It's like those glass blocks that we have back in the house in Andalusia in a way. And it lets in all of the natural light and we can leave the shutters open. And it is blinking. It's so much better. Now, to make this, you can kind of see what we've done. We bought a big sheet of this plastic, we cut it down, and then we've created a wooden frame all the way around and screwed the plastic to that frame. Now, to hold it in place here, we're basically going to create a frame on this outside that this slots into. Now, with the leftover plastic, we came up with another idea. What is it, Nick?
Double glazing, look at that. You only had to make a little cut and then it just slotted in there.
Yeah, that's the other half of the plastic, and that's, you can see that's going right in the gap. So we're going to do the same with this. We're going to create a small frame that this goes in, and that will slot there. And then you have this one kind of on the outside.
This is triple glazing actually, because there's a little gap here and the same on the other one, and then there's like, you know.
So quadruple.
No.
Because isn't there like 4 then, 2 on each?
No.
How is it triple? That doesn't make sense.
Because there's one little air gap here in between this layer of polycarbonate, another on the other one, that's 2, and then the air pocket in between, so that's 3.
All right.
That's going to be a problem. Is that an ant or a spider? Oh, there you go.
There you go. The spiders can get in between. We don't want that. That'll do my head in if we've got loads of little spiders running in between. We'll have to block off these gaps then, maybe.
Oh, silicon.
We have just arrived in the city in Castello Branco. And Nick has just gone into the hardware store to see if he can find some decent paint for the pool, paint for the water storage tank. And I'm just waiting in here with the doggies. We're parked in the shade, but it's still very warm and I don't want to leave the dogs on their own. So hopefully we'll come back with something good that's going to work. And then we have Nick's appointment. No, we have Charlie's appointment in the vets in 45 minutes. Now, we haven't sort of updated you on Charlie's health, what's actually wrong with him at the moment, like, because we don't actually know until we go and get this ultrasound today. We're still not sure exactly what's wrong. I mean, hopefully it's nothing serious, because he did have all of the blood works done and everything else, and the vet visit on the way back to the land was really quite thorough. The vet really touched him in all the areas to do with his kidneys and all of that, and looked into his eyes, looked in his gums, all the blood work, everything came back normal. He also had an inspection in the rear, if you like, which obviously wasn't very nice, but needed to be done. And that's why we're going back for an ultrasound today, because it does seem he has an enlarged gland in his bum. Sorry to be, that's not that graphic, but yeah, that's the only way I can think of saying it. So that's what we're going to go and get checked out today. And he has been, I don't know if we've said already, he has been on antibiotics and like a pain medication since that last visit to the vet, which has now enabled him to eat and do everything like normal. And it's just like having Charlie back again, but we are still concerned that he may have a little pain in the back sort of area there. So hopefully today we can get some good news from the vet, see what she says, see what this ultrasound says, and then update everything properly as and when we know exactly what's going on.
They didn't have it, did they? Quite helpful in there, but yeah, they've just got 2 brands and they're both acrylic paint. So basically that's the same as what we've got. We need rubber paint, which is going to be thicker and hopefully fill in the cracks. So we've arrived at the vet. Luckily there's parking in the shade. Yes. Still quite warm, obviously.
It's a lot cooler in town though, isn't it? Compared to on the outskirts. Anyway, we haven't found the paint. We went to a Never DIY store, they didn't have it. We've got more to try, but our appointment is now, so we'll see how we go. Come on then, Charlie.
And we couldn't find the harness, so we're going to have to trust Charlie, which is quite easy.
We've only
to
got
do.
one dog's harness. I don't know what, it must be just left on the land. It's so embarrassing, isn't it? But Charlie's very good, so he shouldn't need a lead on.
Just tie a bit of rope round him, proper off-grid style. Come on.
You didn't mind last time. They're nice in there.
Anyway, ultrasound today, so hopefully it's
Fingers
just
crossed.
I'm hoping that the antibiotics have, you know,
Reduce the size.
yeah,
of the
reduce the
gland.
size of the gland, and he's been going regular. Like Sarah's been giving some lovely meals.
Come on then, Charlie. Come on, let's go.
Oh, Charlie, don't worry. I'm not going to let him do it again.
I'm going to just go and tell the lady that we're here.
It's not going to happen again. It's a nice lady this time. Nice lady going to give you an ultrasound, eh? Good afternoon, guys, and as you can probably tell from the little sequence before, we are back in Andalusia.
Yeah, we left last time we spoke to you guys was outside the vet, and to be honest with you, we were feeling quite good going into the vet, weren't we? We were feeling quite confident that it was just, you know, the gland that we talked about, and it was
We're
a
hoping the
case of
antibiotics would have reduced the
shrunk it
size
and
of
it
that.
was going to be okay. And if not, we thought there would be a small operation just to remove that gland, which wasn't serious, that we actually touched on that a little bit with the visit before. Unfortunately, this wasn't the case, and it is a little bit more serious, and Charlie is actually quite poorly. We've had several days, we've had 6-7 days to process this now. We haven't shared anything online at all actually this last week, nothing on any of our other socials, because we needed some time just to process what's happened.
They did the ultrasound, and this revealed that along with the enlarged gland, he also had an enlarged prostate, but the vet wasn't worried in particularly about those things. She was more worried about a mass or tumour on his spleen.
It was quite like a shock to find out that he's got 3 separate issues, and I wasn't quite sure. I just said, is this serious? I mean, that's the first thing I said, and she obviously looked very concerned and said yes. So that's obviously when you sort of, your heart sinks, doesn't it? I just wasn't expecting it to be something serious, like as serious, if you know what I mean, because he was improving up until then. He was eating, things did seem to be getting better. Moving forward, she will have to remove the spleen. He needs this surgery, and he needs it quite quickly. Obviously at this stage we don't know if it is cancer, but she did suggest we can do an x-ray now to check on the other organs in his body, to check on his heart and his lungs. So we said, well, yes. And obviously that was a concern, because if that came back with something, then it is cancer and it means it's spread, and then there's not much they can do. So obviously it was very worrying, but thankfully after 10 minutes wait, was it?
Yeah.
That came back all clear.
There was no lumps, no spots or anything.
His heart and lungs seem all normal.
The liver
blood
and kidney
tests,
looks good.
Blood tests, liver and kidney all comes back normal. So that's very positive.
It's been about a week since we saw the vet and we found out the news, and he had the x-rays and stuff. He's been on antibiotics since then with painkillers, anti-inflammatory, and that's supposed to be reducing the gland and the prostate. This week's been a hard week. It's been a struggle to try and get him to eat. He needs to build up his strength. He needs to eat. He's like 2 kilos less than what he has been for years.
2.6 kilos less.
And the vet said, you know, you need to get him to eat. You need to build up his strength so he can have the operation. We have been managing to get him to eat a little bit of food so we can give him his antibiotic and his painkiller, but
not much.
He's not putting on weight.
He's not putting on weight at all. I mean, after we found out all of this, we just organised things back on the land. We filled up the water storage tank. We repainted it. Yeah, we got some new paint. We repainted it. We filled it to the top and just left it on. But you know what? At this stage, it doesn't matter what happens to the plants or anything else on the land. We just need to focus on Charlie.
Oh yeah, completely forgot about the vehicle inspection we passed.
Oh yeah. The reason. It's like I said, so much has happened.
So anyway, yeah, we're just trying to come to a decision, trying to decide what's best for Charlie, whether to get the operation done here with our vet in Spain, or to go back to Portugal with where we've already started this kind of procedure. I mean, obviously the vet in Portugal can forward on all the x-rays and things like that.
We hope.
I think
we're going to speak to her again this afternoon, aren't we, to make sure that's all possible.
I think the decision is going to be whoever can do it sooner, because our vet here said, you know, it needs to be done sooner rather than later. The vet in Portugal said come back.
Check on him.
Check on him, and then we'll go from there. So we've just contacted her and said, look, can you do the operation as soon as we get back? So we're waiting to hear back. So yeah, that's where we're at. So
thanks for all your concerns. It's nothing to do with the heat, I will say. We had lots of messages saying get Charlie away from the heat. He shouldn't be in the heat and all this, but it's nothing to do with the heat. It's not heat stroke. He's not suffering from heat stroke. We've lived here for lots of years. We look after the dogs when it's hot. We keep them out of the heat.
We drive to the coast when it's hot inland because the temperatures are a lot cooler.
Yeah, that's all for now then.
Yeah, so say a little prayer for Charlie. Wish him luck, and
he's a tough little cookie.
He's got a lot of life left in him. The
explorers are tough, and we get through things, and that is exactly what's going to happen. We're going to do everything we can to get Charlie better, and he will get better.
Whatever he wants, whatever
Charlie wants, we're going to do, and nothing else matters. We will put some updates on our other socials, on Instagram and Facebook, daily updates, so please follow us over there. And thanks all so much for watching, and we'll see you next Thursday.
Cheers guys, take care, see you next week.